things can get dicey if the weather changes. Got my emergency raft, and I've got my life jacket, and all that good stuff that we'll go over in a moment. We'll just have to navigate this channel here under the bridge. This boat is going to feel wakes. I've stopped my progress for now. This water is getting really shallow in some spots. And if I get stuck out here, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, I can see where I need to go, right over there. However, I'm going to have to go up to the lake a little bit and turn around to get there because it's just getting real shallow. So I can just pull in right there beside all those sailboats. Get what I need to. All docked here and tied up. It looks like it'll hold. I'm going to run into town and get the things I forgot when I was hiding from the wasps. I'm in desperate need of water and some snacks. Should be good. Water and snacks. Made it before all the stores closed. Got my stuff, more than I could carry actually. Good thing I didn't get any more. Okay, almost dropped that. Okay. As long as I didn't forget anything else, I'm going to be set for the night. And if I did, too bad for me. So, oh, this is tippy. All right, I'm off. It's nice to have the shade on the way back. It's not that hot today, but out on a lake in the sun, no shade, it really gets hot. So I'm going to head back under that bridge to where I'm camping for the night, drop anchor, get this organized, and do a little fishing. I thought that was going to be a lot more shallow than it was. I was a little concerned, but it worked out just fine. I know there used to be a buoy out on this lake that you could tie up to. I don't see it out there, but I'll give it a good look.
A year after I quit smoking, I was diagnosed with peripheral artery disease. I needed surgery to restore blood flow to my legs. Later, I found out smoking also caused my kidney cancer, and I needed surgery to remove my kidney.
It used to be a boat would come here and kind of park all summer, like a really nice liveaboard one. And maybe they took it down, or perhaps the locals didn't want to see somebody camped there all summer in front of their cabins and chopped the line. Okay, I'm here in the middle of the bay. It's quite shallow, obviously, and that might not be good for fishing. I'm going to try to head further over there. There's cabins all the way around here. Just trying to make sure I don't slip off here. So I'm not going to have much privacy tonight. But that's okay, because I brought an emergency bathroom. Just a bucket, but it's a lot better than putting on a show for all the cabins here. So I've got to deal with all this stuff and get that organized and get dinner started. It's not a catch and cook because I don't know if I'll catch anything, but it is a slow cooker type of meal day. And I'll get that going first thing. Actually, this life raft might be good for putting stuff out of the way. So I don't have much floor space here. Look at this. That's about it. Yeah, there's a bunch of wasted space on the other side, but I wanted the weight as balanced as possible. Like this is tippier than anything, but I know it's not going to sink. I have the prop for this way lower than the boat, so this little inflatable boat is not going to get chopped up by my motor. I've got things a little organized, but step 2 today is alcohol free because of a number of reasons. One, obviously, this is the most dangerous thing I've done lately. And 2, it is plain illegal to be out in a vessel like this, in this province, drinking actual alcohol. So this is a delicious... I'm real thirsty, so I can get it down. This little grappling hook anchor. Hook's not tied around it. That's not very deep at all. Striving for simplicity, I'm using this slow cooker. One of those recipes where you basically dump everything in. So I'll get this a little more organized in a sec, but it's a slow cooker, it takes some time. This recipe calls for chicken broth. Chicken. Diced up already. Butter, cream cheese. Diced up garlic. Salt, pepper. Some cream. Calls for 1 cup. Then we'll add the rest of the stuff later. This will cook for now. Something big. This is way too shallow. Fortunately, I like trains, so I'm going to sleep good tonight. Now, for those that have not seen, this is my bicycle camper. I can haul this with a bicycle. It's good and light. I've done one video with this before. I've got a little ventilation here. I'm going to open it up right now because it's a little stuffy. But I got a screen over there. This mattress is going to fold out later on. But for now, it gives me a spot to sit in here. When I designed this thing, I wanted it to look like a miniature fifth-wheel camper. So there's this little overhang part, and it works great for storing extra stuff, getting stuff out of the way. It's a pretty good setup, and yeah, it's going to cool off at night. This will give me a little insulation, but of course out here I have my phone charging, everything, cooking for dinner, and it's just a fun little night on the lake. This rickety little barge is held up with 4 55-gallon plastic drums, and I got those from a buddy. Thank you, Captain John. They're available usually at places that service boats. When they winterize boats, they use propylene glycol to replace water and flush everything out. So they have tons of these, often for sale, but sometimes for free. There's a boat over there that hasn't moved in quite a while, and I think that's the one that's tied off to that buoy or buoy. I've been corrected both ways I've said it on here, so argue in the comments amongst yourselves. But I'm going to take a loop past there and probably park a little bit closer to shore. They got a pretty decent setup there. They got another boat. They can get out to it. Free parking. Can't beat that. Now, I'm going to find my free parking spot, and I think it's going to be over in here. Close to the washrooms, because there are some at the beach there if I need them. And close enough that I could swim there. I know how to swim, but this is a little more than I think I could do. As soon as that sun dipped behind the horizon, it cooled off, so I need my jacket. I wish I had a bigger boat. It's definitely cooled off. My food is cooking slow, obviously. Should be ready in an hour or two, but it's going to be dark pretty soon. There's a little campground up ahead, and the lake goes right to it. So I'm going to try to get there and take a peek. The lake is really low this year, so I'm navigating a lot of weeds here. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get right up to that campground, but this seems like a spot that I could stop for the night, because I could easily just walk to shore if I had a problem. And it's fairly close to those other washrooms as well. So I think that's the plan. But I am going to see how close I can get to the shore. No way. I actually made it to the shore. It's way too sketchy of a jump for me. Just going to go out there a bit and drop in. Oh, we're hitting weeds today. Oh, my. That's not good. I'll just clear my props off and we'll just drop anchor here. This looks fine to me. Looks like the last person got their boat off the lake, other than our friend over there. He went back to his boat, and he'll be camping in there. He's got a little flashing anchor light. Now I should too, but I'll put up a little light of some kind here. I'll gotta rig something up, because that's a technically correct thing to do. The cool thing is, I'm allowed to do this. In Canada, you can just go onto any lake or river and actually camp there. I could stay here all summer if I really wanted. The only tricky thing is, if you want an actual beverage, you need to have a kitchen and bathroom facilities and permanent bed. No porta potties, they don't count. No camp stoves, that doesn't count either. It has to be an actual, like, liveaboard permanent type of thing. And you need your holding tanks for your sewage and gray water, all that. And no dumping it in the lake. That's not allowed. And I agree with that 100%. Somebody on the shore, I think, must watch YouTube, because I just put up a post a while ago on Instagram and Facebook. And I heard Steve Wallace. So I'm going to actually putt over to the dock to say hi, because why not? I'm just sitting here on a lake, and this dinner is cooking slowly. Slow, slow, slow. Not bad. This is perfect. I can use the actual washroom here. While I'm here, I'm going to add pasta, some Parmesan, and I'll put in some mushrooms too, because it's almost a vegetable. Nobody has returned. It's been probably an hour sitting at the dock here, but that's okay. Got the rest of the cooking done. Use the actual washroom instead of the emergency bucket. And we're going to do a little night sailing, just a little further out, because I'm not going to sleep here. The whole point isn't to tie up to a dock and sleep in this thing. It's to do it in the lake. And there's going to be a lot of wasps in the morning here that I don't want to be woken up by, because there is a big hole under there. They can fly right on in. So let's go. Got this ultra bright sailing light, and let's go. looks like a good spot to anchor. The bugs here are getting a little bit crazy, so it's probably time to crawl inside until dinner's done cooking. And yeah, we'll hang out in there for a bit. Definitely cozy in here, and you know I like coziness. And to keep things legal, picked up one of these little kits. It's got everything you need for your boat essentials, and they do check for these along with life jackets. So this bucket it comes in is designed for bailing. It's required even on something like this where there's no hull. It's just barrels. There's no way I can bail that. LED flashlight, whistle, floating rope, and actually the back of this thing has one of these little emergency signal reflector things. So if you're stranded, you can try to wave down an airplane by shining the light in their face. But yeah, I've got it. I don't think I'll need it. Things like this are good to have. Yeah. Dinner has cooled down, and it looks like this. It should suffice. I did a half recipe, but it's still a lot, obviously. And now that's good. I'm sometimes leery of these recipes that want cream cheese involved. And I know why. It's so that you don't have to make a roux or do a cornstarch slurry to thicken anything up. It imparts, of course, the taste of a little bit of cream cheese taste, but I don't mind that. It's really delicious. I would make this again for sure. But I'll chow down. Got to get an anchor light up outside. I'll just use one of these little flashlights here, and that way people can see. There's nobody on the lake at night, but it's just extra precaution. And then we can anchor down for the night. Ta-da! Anchor light. People should be able to see that. Okay, just about plopping the bed out. And I have to say, that upstairs compartment, just wonderful. I got all the cooking stuff, leftovers, cooler, my other jacket, got the laptop up there, a whole bunch of stuff up there. So that's really great. We got these little bugs in here, so yeah, see, they don't look too vicious, but anyway, we'll be out of here in 8 hours or so. Out the window, and we got a nice little view of dock out there in the boat launch. So this is all right. I'm not going to latch the door tonight because I want to be able to get out of here pretty quick if I need to. And if that's latched, that's another thing. Like I'm going to be out that door so fast and probably not going to get that great of a sleep. I never quite do on the first day trying out a new watercraft homemade invention. So gonna roll this thing back out. And it's been quite a day. Well, this is not so bad, is it? Got everything set up right there. There is kind of a spot for my shoes up against the door here. Kind of. And I'll just move them on to the other side. There we go. Door, readily accessible. That's it for me, guys. See you in the morning.
You'll be back. Emu can't help people customize and save at Liberty Mutual.
Doug. Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Think of what we could do together.
The throne is vacant.
Do you need assistance? It's time to live.